And you will now be tuned in. You know what it is.
My opinions are facts podcast.
Yeah. Straight up.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, everybody? Got a late edition of My Opinions
Today's
Are
agenda.
Facts.
No, I'm playing good.
We got My Opinions Are Facts. We get the late edition, regular pod outside of Parlay Bets. Hope everybody doing well in their bets right now. But we're going to jump right into it. And another question we had stemming from the other night, what if Biggie never passed? Notorious B.I.G., of course, y'all know from Bad Boy Records, passed away, unalive. 28 years ago. So we're gonna get into a different thing. We want to look at it like, what if he did live? What if he didn't get killed that night, or shot and survived? What would have happened? So we're gonna get into that and delve into our opinions on that one, which you'll see is gonna be facts at the end of the episode. But so how you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you gotta change it up. All right, so let's just say, how can we start it off? Like, should we say if he didn't go to that party, which he didn't want to go to that party?
So how you feel? Just break it down to your level.
So we gotta change. We gotta change the beginning. So let's just say he didn't go to that party that he didn't want to, or we can say, well, remember he stayed in L.A. for 9 months up to that point. So let's just take it as boom. He didn't go to that party. Album release. Should we say if Pac's still alive or Pac passed? Still passed.
About Biggie. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it Biggie.
All right. So Biggie's supposed to go to what? Was it London or something like that?
That was the word.
So all right, let's just say this press run, this and that. Album drops. Album's gonna be a classic anyways, regardless. Still a great album. Hypnotize was going crazy on the radio and the streets and everything. So you take away Puffy's Missing You. So Puffy probably never got the spotlight like he's supposed to. I think I think Mace still been shining. Mace will still have, his popularity and stuff. Remember, CBJ just said now they changed songs, been around the world, and More Money and More Problems, which More Money and More Problems is Mace's song. Been Around the World was first Biggie song. Both of them switched songs, trade songs, I should say. And both of them songs were a hit. So I think Puff would still been something because remember, what's called Can't Hold Me Down was already a hit before Biggie passed. Biggie, you know what I mean? Biggie's in the video.
Wait, let me step in real quick at you, but you said Puff wouldn't been. That's wild. That's wild.
I mean, Puff wouldn't been big as he would have if Biggie was still alive.
Yes, he would have, because they went hand in hand. There's no, you can't
be hand in hand. I mean, as musically.
Yeah. Puffy is the big reason why Biggie survived to a second album.
Oh, what are you saying? I don't know what the fuck.
But go ahead, continue. You know what I'm saying? Continue.
I'm talking about musically because Missing You was a big motherfucking hit that put him somewhere.
All right.
Okay, they had Nobody Hold Me Down before Biggie passed. So what I'm saying, he wouldn't be probably musically where he was at. All right, so let's bring it back.
Who would be music? You said Puffy would be musically where he was at?
Nah. I mean, Mace still would have blown up. I still think Mace still had his swagger and this and that and shit. You know what I mean? Still had hit songs. You know what I mean? To me, More Money, More Problems. Mace had the best verse. He killed Biggie on that. I don't know if, All by the Benjamins probably still would have came out. But then again, he's on the song, so the song was already done, I'm guessing, for Biggie passed. Well, then again, that album was coming out when Biggie was still alive. Now I'm thinking about it, you know what I mean? They redid, you know what I mean, some of the stuff because, you know what I mean, Biggie passed when it was about to come out. So about also Biggie, so I'll say Biggie, he would have left Bad Boys because, like, you know what I mean, him and Un had a label coming out. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
So the thing is, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Would he still something would have happened in the long run, or to him about, you know what I mean, the whole East Coast West Coast thing, would that East Coast West Coast thing still would have lived on? I think Jay probably where he's at now. I think, you know what I mean, Big just had so much going on with the East Coast and Brooklyn. I don't think they will let nobody, you know what I mean, outshadow him. Which Biggie was a better rapper than Jay, but still.
Let's see. All right, let me put my input into it. So I'm gonna take it past March 9th. He still survived. There's some things where I know would have happened. First of all, Biggie musically, I'm more of a Pac fan, but I know musically, Biggie would have kept going up because technically, MCing, he was 1-on-1, man. I know we got whatever love Pac because the passion all that was more, but MCing wise, I never heard a rapper. I've been listening to rap. I should know since I'm gonna say it's acknowledge 1989, 90. I can like remember rap. So I'm gonna say I never heard nobody technically or being so much in pocket as Biggie Smalls rhyming with the words he used, things he did, what Biggie did. It was so far ahead of his time. So when I'm gonna go to his last album, '97, the production, of course, stepped up because the advantage he had over Pac. Pac came home, and I don't want to say on Pac too much. Pac came home with shit that was already done. So he's hopping and did what he had to do. Biggie got to do what artists normally do: sit with producers and work and orchestrate shit. So that's why me personally, but you personally, how you always say this, Life After Death was the best produced album ever in life.
Yeah.
And I understand that part. I never knocked you for that. So musically, I think ahead going farther in musically, Biggie would have been. There was no stopping because people were still barring the way he flowed. Jay and all them,
still in rhymes.
Yeah,
I mean, Biggie rhymes still come out your fat lips.
I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about actually on some real. Biggie would have survived longer musically than Pop because Biggie was
No, he wasn't.
Biggie was MCing.
Okay, it doesn't matter. And Tupac was talking about the world, so
right. So I'm gonna get this. So with Biggie, so if he was alive, he'd have went up. And actually, yeah, he was supposed to leave from Puff, but I think at the end of the day, if he would have left Puff, he wouldn't stay where he was at. Just because musically, Puff was the main reason why he had a commercial success.
Okay, yeah, Puffy had great marketing.
So people gotta forget all that. Yeah, he can rap, but guess what? You think Biggie, the way he's about his money, he wouldn't want to be back to 4 million. So let's say he left Puff and do whatever he's supposed to do, he wouldn't have 4 million again. It'd be like the Locks, because Biggie would have been so street. You just go gold. What's the worst feeling going from 4 million to gold?
Biggie was gonna go back to gold. No way in hell he's going back to gold.
This is my perspective.
The whole East Coast was backing him. He's not going. I got to go.
I didn't interrupt you, so let me land my plane.
It doesn't matter. Like, okay, but he's not going back to gold. If you had the whole motherfucking coast behind you, that's not going to happen.
Okay, and so you're saying musically, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, so with Biggie, if he would have lived on, Biggie to me musically, because he probably would stay with Puff eventually. They would have worked the shit out because there's so much coincide. They would did basically what Pac would have did with Pac was doing with Suge. They would branch everything together and make it work. But I think musically, Biggie and management, all that, Biggie would have been up here. Cause man, that dude's a genius. Like we sit back and listen to him, you know, people say what no. Biggie was man. We love Jay because Jay survived. But Big survived, he'd have been right where Jay was at or higher. Because one, Biggie didn't receive no hate besides the West Coast, but they would have got over that. Big had love all over everywhere else. Chicago people loved him. Atlanta, everybody else was fucking with him. So to me, Big not passing, he been right up there with Pac still. It been them two for probably another 3 or 4 years. But Biggie, I loved him because he had been running a label. And boy, he has some artists on deck. Cam, Lance have been running the shit, you know, as a A&R. Lil Kim, stuff like that, having that popping. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Baltimore
on a label.
Yeah, Lance on Riviera. That's
okay. You said Lil Kim on the label. No, she wouldn't.
She was managed by Lance.
Okay, that wouldn't be under the label.
All right, my bad. She was managed on Lance. She was on Atlantic. That's because they landed that deal for her to do outside of
know that. We know that. You said she would.
Okay, what are you talking about? All right, let me land.
You know what I'm talking about. You said she would have been under them. Under
management. Lance under entertainment.
Okay,
that's
okay.
That's not a label.
Management. You said under their label. That's what you said.
Okay.
Get it right.
Well, let me land my plane. Like I said, that management.
You're playing with
that management. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you had Cameron, Charlie Baltimore, Lil Kim. That was going to go outside what Biggie was doing. So we did form that. I disregard Jay-Z bullshit because, see, that's all about what people say because it ain't come out Biggie's mouth. So sometimes when people say a thing about Big, if I
talk about Jay-Z and Big out whose mouth, what are you talking about?
Because they were talking about the commission, all that was supposed to happen, or people saying Big was going to come to Rockefeller, all that bullshit. So all that, whatever. So to me, Big never passed. My initial thing I thought with Big would eventually got to where everybody else was at, but you got a blackball because Diddy was doing allegedly things for him to be a higher level. Because Biggie wasn't going to do no white parties. He wasn't going to do all the extra bullshit. Biggie was going to keep it street. Puffy was his bridge from the street to mainstream, but Big, we know what Big wanted to do. So Big being Big, he'd have been like, all right, cool, I got my paper. I got some millions. I'm going to go back to the underground scene. He wouldn't have did the Puffy shit because that wasn't in Big. That's why Puffy fought with Big so much about Juicy.
I'm kind of in between on that. He might, and he might not. So
he would. I mean, so Kim,
he might because he's seen how it was working.
Yeah. So
he probably kept doing that.
Kim was his bridgeway to that to stay there because Lil Kim would have brought that there with the raunchy shit she was doing, and with Cameron, but Cameron was underground too. Charlie Baltimore would have got him there a little bit, but at the end of the day, Big not passing. I don't know. To me, my prediction, the way the algorithm of him would have went, he would have been Puffy. Let's say he left Puffy. He would have just been cool and just been like a regional person because he loved New York so much. He tried to branch off, but you could tell he's one of them New York dudes that was like, nah, bro. We NY all day.
I think he would have got bigger.
Yeah,
I think he got bigger appeals to just being New York because they're going to start seeing just more than just New York because the game was changing, universal.
So so I would take it to 97. So I'm gonna take the success. Now people, we got to predict the success of Life After Death. It'd been big as it was because if Big would have lived, it'd been a bigger album. Big as it was, it'd been bigger because
he never got a chance to perform another song.
Exactly, he'd been alive, and that tour they did No Way Out would have just been called Bad Boy Tour. You couldn't call it No Way Out Tour because Biggie was the reason why he got to with the help of Puff, but Puff been like, all right, it's Biggie. We're going to form it together. It's been a Bad Boy Tour, whatever they would call it.
Make more sense.
So coming to that, I think Biggie, he would have been bigger than Tupac for the simple fact Tupac acted. And Tupac had more Hollywood connections than Biggie ever had. So there's no story because it's 28 years now. We would have heard some stories about Biggie that, oh, he was cool with this person. Now he was cool with the rappers. Outside of rappers, he was not cool with, not because he was. They said he was cool as hell, but he wasn't in the entertainment world like Puffy was because he didn't want to sound like that.
That's what kind of stunting his growth. But I don't know. I don't know if he would have did a movie. Is your volume up still on your phone?
I mean, I turned all the way down, but he can hear me on TikTok now. But yeah.
What you say?
I said, now I'm talking stuff, but I don't think you can hear me on TikTok.
All right. But anyways, though, in the long run, I don't see him being a movie person. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I know one thing probably won't happen. Probably would have never happened. It would have been dope if him and Big Pun had a couple collab, a little EP, 4 songs.
I can see Biggie in the movie.
I mean, you're going to have to special back there. I mean, I'm going to say he going to have to. Like, you had to back there.
No, you know what I'm saying is because hearing stuff, whatever, Biggie was smarter than a lot of people. No, he's smarter than most, damn near everybody in that industry. Like, he was a smart, to where he knew where to fit in at. So let's think about the Martindale episode he got into. He fit in perfectly. He didn't know what to do.
He played himself. I mean, that was easy.
No, what I'm saying is some people that play
no, that is true. He played himself.
Some people play themselves. No. We see that happen with artists. They'll play themselves like, or do shit, some more do dumb shit.
On what?
All right. First, let me try to think of an artist that over this dumb shit on a TV show or entertainer. Like, it won't come to my head. It'll come to my head eventually, but I'm gonna get back to what I was saying because I'm gonna forget. With Biggie, being how he was, he would have found himself into a situation where it'd be perfect for him to do without playing himself. Because you hear to his records and stuff.
I'm sure he would have been in a movie. I mean, that's a given to any rap artist, especially big one.
Even though, so when I look this to his records, he played some great ass roles like the Play a Hater song. That was so fucking funny and dope. Because you didn't take Biggie as a funny person, but he made us laugh on that song.
Okay, that's audio.
Huh?
That would make a good point for being a good actor. I was just audio.
What I'm saying is he knew how to play different roles. Because sometimes when you do it on record, you can translate to acting. So with Biggie, to me, everybody say he's a funny dude. He's a cool ass dude. He would have found his way. It's almost like Ice Cube. Ice Cube came from a serious straight out of Compton.
All right, so no one's not disagreeing with you, him not being an actor.
No, I'm talking about good, not just an actor.
I don't think all the way good actor, nah.
He been good. So just
everybody can't be an actor, though. Like, even 50 sucked at how many first 10, 15 movies? Okay.
So what I'm saying is, with Biggie, it'd been like the Ice Cube effect. So Ice Cube, we thought straight out of Compton, hardcore, boom, boom. All you got to Boys in the Hood, kind of play his role a little bit, but then he transitioned to Friday because, like Q say, he reminded me how second movie, even like how Biggie said, Brooklyn wasn't all about bang bang shoot 'em up, sell drugs, full boom. We clown on the block. So Biggie was like Ice Cube, where like,
let's get off this acting. There's more to this.
I'm a bridge to that, but let me finish this point. So what I'm saying is, Biggie would have been like Ice Cube was. He would have made something to where it was relatable, funny, and it was a great movie. He could have made East Coast How High if he had a chance. Or, my bad, East Coast Friday. I think he's that talented, man.
Who said he couldn't act? He probably could act, but he probably wouldn't be a good. But anyways, though, I'll say so I say also too, I think, you know what I mean, him and Jay would definitely did an EP. Now, like I said, Jay being big as he is, I still give Jay how Volume 2 went, probably still went how it went. How Big probably been on the track. Or probably he probably be on Volume 3 most likely. I'll take that back. I think Volume 2, he's still trying to prove to everybody that he's, his place in music. But I'll say around 2000, Big would just fell back. He just run a label. Remember, when he said he 30, he retired.
So you say what I said, basically. But go ahead. That's what
I
I'm saying.
said no. When you said that, when you
Because
said
I said by the time 2000 came around, Biggie would have been a chill running label. He would have did the music part.
yeah, that's it. Now I mean, he's still probably in the top 5 rappers all time. I mean, I'm sure he'll drop another classic after that. Might, but then again, it could be his fall off. Never know.
That's how I feel about Pac.
And
I
then,
think both of them
also
off.
too, but also too though, the funny thing about it was some of the sales declined because Death of Pac and how people felt about Tupac. So that's another thing that's going to hurt them too. It's just like people who ride for. Remember, people ride for. You remember, people really ride for Pac back then. Now, I mean, some of his sales might decline in a certain way. You know what I mean? So that's another thing to consider it with that.
I got something to say. Hold on, and it's to me a great point. With Pac and Big, people forget fall off. Eventually, both of them would have fell off eventually.
Right.
Because I'm saying musically, I'll keep it real. Biggie, I think, succeeded further musically than Pac.
No, you wouldn't.
By listening to the music.
No, you wouldn't.
Man, but good, because I ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole different thing.
That's why Big only made 2 albums. Pac made 7? It seemed like now he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums before he died.
Biggie wrote 2 albums outside of his own album.
And how many songs around that?
Oh no, he wrote 3 albums.
What albums?
Yeah, wrote her first album.
That's not his album.
I say he wrote.
That's not his album. That's not his album. That's not his album. That's not his album. Is that his album? Is his name on it? Is his name on it? No, it's not.
If you're right, go ahead.
You know how I'm right? Because he owed. If his name was on her, he'll have to pay Diddy Publishing. And 2, Biggie only had 2 albums when he was alive.
So who wrote Lil Kid's first album?
How many albums he has? How many albums said Notorious Big? How many albums said Notorious Big? You have to look that up.
3. My bad. He got 3 albums.
Do you? What 3 albums? Here goes to Born Again. Huh?
Mafia.
That's a group album. That does not count under Bad Boy Records for Notorious Big.
I said when he wrote.
Does it says B.I.G.? How many albums he has?
Two.
Okay. He has 2 albums.
Right, he did.
How many songs he has even when he passed? Barely 15. Pac has so much music out there.
15 songs?
How many songs he had with what album? What album? Born Again? How many songs was on that album?
Death.
Huh?
Double album.
Okay. He made that album when he was alive. It was finished when he was alive, right?
Right.
Okay, 2 albums once again. Born Again was what? An album that Diddy put together. Biggie had nothing to do with that album.
He's confused.
Biggie had.
I said
Biggie
musically. How much music? Musically.
This motherfucker's like.
Musically. There's a different word. Musically and artistically means a different thing, but how much music you put out in output.
Okay, so he would have been burnt the fuck out. Pac could write for days. That's why Biggie had no fucking music.
Okay, I love Pac better than Biggie. Most of Pac's songs say what consistently every fucking song. We had to see my enemy.
Okay.
Where I just listened to a song today that was unreleased with Johnny J. I'm like, damn. I thought you made that song. Pac was repeating himself a lot in songs.
Okay.
To where it got repetitive. People got tired of it.
Well, no one ever got tired of it. Okay.
Yeah, they got tired of it. They did because he died.
Okay.
He died at the peak
so
of his
he
career.
made over 700 songs. Something's gonna get repetitive.
Most of them was.
No, they wasn't. You're only saying that because someone said that a month ago.
No,
you never said that in your life. You never said that in life. You never said that in life.
Conversations.
You never said that shit in life.
But I knew this shit.
You never said that shit in life.
How many times Pac said we
You
never
never said that shit in life. I don't care.
Yeah,
you just said because someone else said it.
Are you in my head? They're gonna say, "Hey, this is what I think today. This is what I think today." I don't do that shit.
Because you didn't
In my
make that
mind,
one
I
up. You
know
just took it for
what I
someone
talk
else and
about.
thinking you're talking. You think you're smart.
About this shit
No, you're
because I know
not.
what pop was. Pop
No, you're
musically
not.
was not going
If he
nowhere.
made over 7, he didn't go nowhere. Why he has 2 diamonds?
After that time,
Okay,
after
yeah, he
Machiavelli,
didn't.
dog, he hit his
Okay,
pinnacle.
okay, me. After Machiavelli hit his pinnacle, he died when Machiavelli came out. Are you smart now? Are you still smart?
So
After
Machiavelli,
Machiavelli, he hit his pinnacle. He died when Machiavelli came out. Like,
but anyway,
what?
so remember that was a throwaway album.
How was it his throwaway? Whoever said
album.
throwaway. Who said it was a
He
throwaway
said that.
album?
He said it's for free. A free means throwaway. Here,
You think?
take it.
No, he was giving out for free at the end of the day because Suge would
That's
never
what
let
he
that happen.
said.
That's what he said, but it doesn't mean it was going to happen. Go on.
That's what he said.
Go
Who
ahead.
cares what
I don't care
happened?
what he going to
Okay.
say. What did Suge say?
Died.
You think he's going to let Pop drop free music? No, Suge would never let that happen. I don't
She
give a
was
fuck
in
what
jail when
Tupac
Machiavelli
said.
came out.
I don't give a fuck what
Machiavelli came
Tupac
out, she
said.
was in
Tupac
jail.
said, "Hey, I'm done with my record contract." What Suge said? No.
Was in jail
Okay.
when Machiavelli came out.
When did Tupac ever drop free music? I don't care what Pac say. He gonna drop free music because Suge said.
Pac said.
I guarantee Suge. I don't care what Pac said. Suge would say, "No, we're selling this."
I don't care
Go
what
ahead.
Pac. Okay,
Go
just
ahead.
you don't care what Pac
Okay,
said.
remember when he said, "I don't want against all odds on the album." What happened? Suge put it on. Suge at the final say so. Who's the executive producer?
When did Machiavelli come out?
Who is executive producer? You know when it come out. What are you talking about?
When did Machiavelli come out? Please say it.
Okay, November. What the fuck are you talking about?
When did Pac get killed?
Okay, we know September. So what is your point?
My point. So
what is your point? What is your point?
Pac agreed to the album to get sold.
He was going to sell it.
Yeah,
And Suge was going to sell it. Tupac can still be alive, and Suge going to say, "We're selling this shit." Okay, simple as that. Simple as that. Suge is not giving away free music. Suge is not giving away free music. That's why Suge is executive producer.
All right, continue on.
Every Death Row album, who's executive producer? Tupac said, "I don't want to guess all odds on him." Guess who put it on her? Guess who sold the album? It doesn't matter. He can still stay alive. Tell me one time Suge gave away free music. Okay, that. Okay, he'll never would.
Pop was on the East Coast shit. Yo, get his mixtape.
It doesn't matter.
Where was our mixtape? That was supposed to be.
I guarantee he would never give that away for free under Suge's hand.
Can't guarantee nothing. Pop was.
I guarantee. Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So why are you so guaranteed?
Because Suge never gave away free music. He's executive producer. He's not, and Pac still owe records.
According to you, right?
And Pac still owe records and money.
According to you.
No, according to Suge.
It, right?
According to Suge. According to Suge. So back to Biggie, because you're wrong. Back to Biggie.
Continue on with Biggie. Go ahead, say with Biggie.
Okay, like I said.
Continue on. You the guru. Go ahead.
I am the guru.
Continue with Biggie.
The fuck?
So you're saying with Biggie, my point was Biggie, musically, artistically, Pop. That's why Pop wasn't active. Pop was saying the same thing over and over again.
And Pop was still made music because he had to sell his record label.
I like Pop better than Big. But I knew artistically, Pop couldn't keep up with Biggie.
He couldn't. He ran laps around him.
Let's be real. No.
He ran laps around him.
Let me ask you a question. You keep over talking. Or Life
Pop dropped 2 albums, right, in 1 year, right?
No.
You know. Pop dropped 2 albums in 1 year, right? And went number 1 both times, right?
Yes,
right or wrong?
Okay.
I said number 1. Both of them went number 1, right?
So what? Eminem did better
you
than
mean
Pop?
So what? So what? We mean so what? He's the first rapper that did it. And he did a double album too. Then Biggie took that. So, okay, he did a double album and one album. Okay, once again, you said Pac can make more songs than Biggie. That's why he always did.
Answer my question first.
What was your dumb, slow question?
What's better album, Machiavelli or Life After Death?
That's 2 different things.
No, it's not. They don't talk about death. They talk about the world. They talk about No, see, yo,
No,
hey,
because you know what?
You see how I got him? I got him.
How you got me?
Bro, nigga, you smile. When you smirk, you
Because you know why? Because you know why? One's a mixtape. One was a mixtape.
What's the mixtape now?
Yeah, it's a mixtape. So what you saying?
For free,
So
right?
what you saying? What do you mean for free?
What was better album?
Okay, one's a mixtape, one's an album. So what you saying?
Okay, what's a better body of work between the two?
One's a mixtape, one's an album.
I don't care. It got sold as an album. Okay?
One's a mixtape, one's
an
an album. One's a mixtape, one's an album.
So that's what? What does Shook sell as?
Yeah, too, because he sold it, like I said. It was a mixtape. It was a mixtape that he sold, just like people still sell mixtapes today on iTunes and stuff.
Better?
It's a mixtape. That was an album. It's a full-blown album with Puffy and Big and shit and Bad Boy. It's a full-blown album.
So
there you go with the dumb stuff. Here comes the dumb stuff. It's that you know it's a mixtape. You say it's a mixtape, right? You know it's a mixtape, right? It was a mixtape. Okay, you're making it a mixtape against the album.
I got a perfect example for that one. So, since we're talking about mixtapes, hey, whatever, we'll take it to fast forward. Read this is too late.
Okay, you're taking a 2000 and something album to a 96 album.
All right, I'm at a point. Okay.
And sorry, it's still too late. We're still being sold. What are you talking about? People still selling mixtapes. What are you talking about? On iTunes.
Okay, let me go to another one.
Dirty Sprite 2 didn't get sold, right? That was a mixtape, right? Dirty Sprite 2 was a mixtape, right?
It was an album.
It was a mixtape. Then it got sold. It was on that Piff until a month or two later they put it on iTunes to get sold.
No, it's
whatever.
What was that shit called? 48,
okay.
wherever.
Okay, so where's your? Okay, so I made my point. It was still a mixtape.
Well, you cut me off. I can't make a point
yes,
to
you did.
you just
yes,
let.
You did.
Hey, yo, crowd, y'all know I let him get his shit off, but when it comes to me, he always cuts me off. So,
okay, what you gotta say? Because I already answered, explained everything that you feel
wrong.
wrong. Go ahead.
What's the better album? Since
what?
You can't count Machiavelli no more. It's mixtape.
Okay.
All Eyes on Me or Life After Death?
All Eyes on Me. Because it's a better album. That what's it called? I had to take from Tupac.
Production wise, what was better?
Okay, that what's it called? Production better, yeah, but
what was better?
All Eyes on Me is better.
What was the better produced album?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Produced album makes it the better album.
You said today. That's what I hear.
I said Life After Death, better produced album. So what are you saying?
So
okay, and a better album was All Eyes on Me. Go on. Go on. So, wherever your point was. Go on.
My point was this. It's funny how, like I said with Biggie artistically.
Okay, so back to Biggie if he never passed.
Yeah. If he never passed, he'd have been up here artistically, music-wise, because he always advanced. His flow was so racist, right?
Okay, we already said this how long. We stuck on that. Let's go to someone
yeah,
else.
Okay. He would have been there. And I think he would have stayed with Puffy.
Not that long.
They would have made a formed a contract for him to be under that, and then Entertainment, which was Lance on Riviera, that was Biggie's man. They were forming a bigger conglomerate. What he got with Jay, what he did, no. I don't see that happen. They've been cool, but Dang was just talking out his ass. There's no way, to me, possible. Biggie had more knowledge and he was already ahead of Jay. Like, if I'm bigger than you, what the fuck am I signing you for?
Yeah.
I'm cool with you, but I'm not going to sign to you. The fuck am I signing you for when I'm a bigger label than you?
Not only that, he's a bigger artist than the whole label, the biggest
he's
person at the whole label.
Bigger artist, bigger label,
bigger name,
bigger budget. Yeah. So to me, Biggie would have been Puffy all over again. If factor, he kind of did let Kim be commercially as she became to be. As long as he let Kim be commercial and do what she's doing, whatever she's doing, it'd be cool. And Cam, I don't know if he made Cam try to be more commercial because, Horse and Carriage came out. Would he kind of try to push him to that point? Because remember, Cam's first situation fell off because who he assigned to.
Yeah. Man, how he would have had Cam? That's a good question. Because Cam, like, you know what I mean? Like you say, he dropped Horse and Carriage. I think
they would have a choice.
I think No. He would did horse carriage, which he ended up doing. But what I'm saying is, I think Big would have definitely taught Mace more into doing the video.
He had to do it, Mace.
I know that, but they're cool. Yeah, did the video. Yeah.
No, he wouldn't do that because remember, them two was Mace and Cam was friends outside of Biggie. So
I know that.
Mace is stubborn because you heard what Mace said. The big part, Mace just was stubborn.
Yeah.
Hey, Mace wanted his dough. You know, Mace about his dough.
To the top.
About dough, that didn't happen. So fuck what Big got to say. Mace was like, nah, nigga. Cool.
Yeah.
Plus,
Mamacita.
Mace is alive. So guess what? With the Mace being alive part.
Senorita.
Mace being alive.
Yeah.
Mace is with Puffy. So if y'all see, Puffy was making more transition than Mace because that's who he really wanted to be. Mace is what Puffy wanted to be his whole life. Puffy dreamed to be Mace. So Biggie was so beyond that, he was like, oh, shit, fuck that, I don't need all that shit. Because Biggie was smarter financially and get the books right. Him and his mom was on top of that shit. So Biggie didn't get jerked. That's why the first song, I Gotta Count the Hell's That and all that shit he was talking the shit because he couldn't jerk that nigga. So Biggie would be cool financially. Puffy couldn't stop that shit. Now, the selling the publishing part was crazy. That part, that was wild. For somebody that knew that much knowledge and sold the publishing because he needed a couple of dollars is wild. I never got that part. So that's the only time I got on Big, bro.
Because you know why? When I don't say when, but like, Diddy couldn't give him an advance yet. No, that's right. He kept telling him to wait. That's why Biggie ran off the hustle and stuff. Yeah.
And that's why he sold his publishing. So I go back to this. So Mama was cool because Biggie died. Other than that, Puffy would have gave Biggie would have been fight like Mace. Because Biggie wouldn't have had that publishing. So like you said, remember how you said Biggie was doing all the extra shit where he had put a different name, whatever, right, for Lil Kim and all them. So that part, guess what? He had been doing that shit the whole time. He had been
doing it the whole time.
Yeah. So with that part being crazy, but man, honestly, I think Big everything with the guy, right? You know, he'd be like, "Yo, fuck that shit." Even on Dr. Dre shit. Remember, Dr. Dre was like,
"I'm gonna say this. My neck. I'm gonna say this. Just keep it real." And I think Big would have the model way to run a record label legit to his artists and all. And I'm gonna say this: it's gonna be kind of like how you said, I'm unmanagement. It'll be ran like Rock Nation.
Yeah, set up perfectly.
That's what I said.
It's all set up perfectly.
It's gonna be ran like Rock Nation. How Rock Nation is now, Big Way had entertainment just like that. You know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna get you.
No, I'm gonna cut you off. But the part is though, Biggie was more of a realer dude. What would he sacrifice for some relationships? Because at that time, you had to do some corny shit to build relationships within the industry because it was so secluded. You know what I'm saying? So Puffy, where he was at, look what Andre Harrell did to Puffy, so on and so on. Them dudes probably would have made sure Biggie would never got to the extra echelon. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because that's what they was doing back then.
Blackballing. Yeah, I forgot about that gatekeeping. Yo, yeah.
It was crazy. So we don't know where Biggie would have got with that. That's why I said no disrespect to Big. But he probably been like, you know what I mean, a mid-level, like with some great labels that never got too far. Underground joints. Buckshot Shorty and all them dudes, Duck Down Records. Them dudes move units, dog. I've seen their number like, oh shit. But they didn't go to them party or them situation, whatever. Same with Tech Nine. Guys like them make all that bread and sell all the records, but
but Big is in a different position.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Puffy would have made sure he would have got further because Puffy was doing corny shit. Puffy was corny like that. He learned from Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell did him like that. They got cool again. So Biggie
I would say it'd be a little bit different because, it could have been like a situation as Dame and Jay. When Jay left, Dame couldn't get another hold. But Puffy, he had a Mace. He had 112. He had other acts, Faith Evans. He had other acts, so it didn't matter. So Puffy would still make money.
Right.
Huh? Yeah. Because he would be in a standstill if Biggie left. Which as of we seen Biggie left, and look what Puffy still do.
I'm gonna take this
Still
right
came
here
up.
too. So my bad with Biggie relationships, or let's say Jay relationship with Big. Jay wouldn't got to that far because remember, if Biggie would let Puff was gonna make sure all y'all niggas go below him. That's what he was known for. He would do everything in his power because this dude was going off deal with different people. Oh, man, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I mean, Jimmy Iovine, all them people he was dealing with. So Puffy made sure they would have done their thing, but Puffy would have kept him right here because he had the power then. Right. He built that power by getting into the rooms. But that's what probably would have hurt Jay if he got with Big. But Big would have did his thing though, because I think at the end of the day, he would have to maneuver around that. They would have got cool because he was gonna leave Puffy, but they would have got cool during the years and it would have been with a Big.
Also too, I think Puffy did some gatekeeping and blackballing, but Biggie had some fucking relationship with people. That was a good thing
with though.
Mike Jackson.
He was blackballed at the time.
Who? So
Mike Jackson.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
No.
He still sold over 20 million records that year. Okay. So in the rap business, with a lot of artists and this and that and stuff, he would have had a lot of like doing things like writing for other artists and this and that and stuff. He will finagle something in that realm. Yeah, Puffy would probably blackball him still, but he still had relationships. Remember, he is East Coast #1 rap artist. He is top of the totem pole. I mean, at that time, yes, he was.
No,
who was over
not
Big?
That part. Not you're just I asked why I say what I said. What I'm saying is
you say nothing. The fuck?
Like I said, what happened with Big at that time, where Puffy was at, Biggie did not have relationships with record label owners, Tommy Mottola, all them dudes.
Okay, who
said
they
that? Control they payola, all that shit controlling. Puffy had that. For some years, Biggie would eventually got through it, but for the first 4 or 5 years, Puffy made it super hard for him. He made it super hard for him to where he couldn't get nowhere because they'd be like, boom, boom. Just like what 50 said, what Irv Guy said. Yeah, I hated on him, 50. I went to everybody and said, don't sign him. Don't do this with him. That's what Puffy would have did. Nah, don't do that with him or I ain't going to fuck with you. That's what they do. That's how they stop the greatness. Biggie was a GOAT. But they would have stopped Biggie like, nah, you know what? Nope, I ain't fucking with you. They're not going to do that. So Biggie would have broke the eventually would have got through it. It took a while though. It definitely took a while. Because Puffy would have definitely been like, nope, I ain't deal with you, deal with him. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But I think Biggie would have got through because Biggie was so smart. Him and
his
mom and all them around him, they were smart people. They wasn't stupid. They wasn't dumb. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that.
Who knows? You know what I mean? His mom and them, they probably pull out some lawsuits.
That's what I'm saying. So they would have figured it out. They would have figured it out. So basically bring it all back to perspective. Bring it back to perspective. I think we both should agree with this. Biggie never passed. Biggie been well off, and I think he would have been successful.
Yeah.
He'd been successful.
Yeah, he definitely successful. You know what I mean? Yeah. He definitely been all right. Now, you know what I mean? Him being like still had the fame and this and that from early on to later on in his years, yeah. Because like I said, even when he was still alive, he was still wrote for other rappers. He's still been a great ghostwriter. Yeah, he's still been rapping. He'll still go platinum, but he'll still write for other people too. Yep. And and he would have bought his. I think in the long run, he would have bought his publishing back. Puffy had no choice, and he wouldn't do like put this way. Mace. Reason why Puffy kept skating on Mace because Mace had no more power in the rap game. So that's why he came in.
Yeah, he came in the game with no power.
No, I mean, but not when. I mean, of course, everybody come in the game mostly with no power. No, but what I'm saying is, okay. But what I'm saying is, when Mace was in the game, Puffy couldn't skate on him. That you know what I mean, for him to sign some papers or whatever, do features, whatever. It took him over 10 years to do that. That's because he retired. That he lost all them relationships. Not really lost. It's just the power within the relationship just was as strong as it was, especially with Puffy, how stronger he got. Now, what I'm saying with Biggie, you know what I mean? Biggie would still had this power that Puffy couldn't skate on him or run away from him, that Biggie needs some business done, Puffy had no choice. He couldn't run from him.
He gave the game with him. That's how they signed him, because of Biggie's music is why he got the contract he got. I got you. But
not
like
the contract. I'm just saying it is what it is. But
like I said, man, that was a great convo. Like I said, we'll get to more subjects like this. Appreciate everybody that chimed in. Leave comments. Let us know how you feel about what if Biggie never passed, what he would have done, where you see where his career would have went. You know what I mean? Like I said, we appreciate the love. We'll be back again tomorrow at 5 for some more NBA picks. Bring y'all some winning parlays. That's what we try to do for y'all. Yeah, but we appreciate the love that we got. And until next time, peace out, y'all.
My opinions are facts.